Hi family, you're welcome to the channel guys, and if you're new here, I'm Favor Napoleon and you're welcome. Guys, on today's video we're going to be talking about something that happens, around us, in us, within us every day. Guys, there are some things that just happens that we just shy away from that to say no, let's go to the big topic, let's look for the main one. But guys, these are sensitive things that happens here and there that we can actually chat about today, and feel free to share your own opinion in the comment section, because we all have family. And if you haven't joined this family, all you just need to do is to subscribe and be a part of the community, guys. So on today's video I'm going to be talking about pain, and the benefits of pain. Guys, people go through circumstances, situations, and most especially the worst one are the ones we didn't plan for. It just showcase, surface as they arrive in front of us. You just wake up one morning and you are just in some certain situation and you'll be wondering what is going on here. You start asking what is going on here. But guys, it has happened, and you have to face it. But what people fail to understand, that in every pain, in most of the challenges and pain we go through can actually bet something, can actually bet and help other people, through our pain. Just like someone like me who is in faith, just like we are always taught in the house of God that your challenges, they'll say all things work together for good. When you are faced with challenges, you can either turn it, give it to the devil to use it for your disadvantage, or turn it to God and make a miracle out of it. So guys, that's what I'm going to be translating today. You saw people go through challenges, circumstances, pain, trauma, situation, and at the end of the day, some even commit suicide. It becomes a suicidal circumstances, guys. Some even go through getting new habit like drinking and all that. But there are others, that actually turn their pain, into imparting others. They turn their pain into influencing their world, influencing people, changing life. I've seen people who were raped for the sake of YouTube, guys. That there are some things we cannot mention, who had a forceful sexual intercourse with people that they didn't want, and at the end of the day, you see some can't go through the trauma. Most of people, they don't even share, and you see that because of that, some people go through that, and because of that, they begin to help other people who have been in such cases to receive their healing. Set up communities and foundation, that can give these people free therapy, for their situation. So because of that, their pain that they went through as a result of ROAPE, they start helping other people. That pain bettered freedom for others. And guys, there are still other people, I've seen cases of people who had foundation, opened orphanages maybe during when they were young. There was a particular case, I read online. There was this young lady who lost her both parents, father and mother when she was very young, and she was eventually went to stay with her uncle, auntie. So that same auntie, was married, and later the auntie later died, and she was now maltreated by she was calling him an uncle, but it was actually an auntie's husband. She went through hell. At the end of the day, she was kicked out of the house. So because of all those things, she started a foundation and started helping people, who had no parents, who had no father. It bettered, a new beginning for others. It helped other people. So in life, you're going to be faced with different tribulations, challenges, situations, circumstances. But the most important thing is, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with that circumstances? Are you going to let that circumstances consume you? Are you going to let that challenges make you cry, all through your entire life? Or even probably you finally, went through it, but in the midst of going through that pain, that circumstances, what is it going to give birth to? Is it going to give birth to a trauma or a scar in your heart? Or it all depends on you. Is this situation I went through now, is it going to help others? Just like there was something people always say, experience is not the best teacher. But there are sometimes, people say experience is the best teacher, but in my own school of thought, I always say experience is not the best teacher in all circumstances. Because guys, how many things are we going to experience in this life? It's not everything we should experience. There are some things that I can actually learn seeing other people go through. you know, and I apply it to my life and I escape that kind of experience, you know. So that's why I always say experience is not the best teacher, because people die through experience, not in all cases, but by the time you have experienced this thing. But in life, we cannot really run away from experience, because definitely we're going to go through these things. We're going to go through some things. But when you go through these things, at the end of the day, what are you going to do with that pain you went through? What are you going to do with that circumstances that you went through? You know, you went through childbearing. You know how painful it is. You know how traumatizing, or how, you know, how it was, you know. And now you now see people who are going through that pain, and you were able to have access to medical medical facilities for free, or probably because you are staying in a developed country and all that. But when you look at others who is going through this, there are some people that are still going to give birth at home because they can't pay medical bills, you know. So from that birth, that giving birth, you can actually, because of that experience, because of that pain you went through, to see that how you were in this pain and you were able to get medical facility. What about others that didn't have that support, that didn't have access to such, you know, free medical, you know? That can actually build a foundation, and you start helping people in that kind of situation. So in life, as I was saying before, in life, it all depends on everything we go through every day. We go through different circumstances every day, situations that we never planned for. It just showed up. That's life. After going through that pain, what is it going to give birth to? Is it going to drain you and give you a wrong mindset? Or are you going to use that experience to help somebody else, to give someone else's freedom, to influence people to begin to think in a certain way that you have, because you've been there and you don't want other people to go through such pain. So because of you, they can actually escape that kind of situation, guys. So in life, it all depends. Every pain, every situation you go through were for a reason. And that reason depends on what you're going to do with that reason. Are you going to keep it to yourself? You know, I've seen people who go through things, and at the end of the day, you know, they start stigmatizing, they start stereotyping, you know, they even become afraid. You know, there are people who have gone through some certain situation that they don't even want to associate themselves with people anymore. They don't even want to, you know, they just give them this kind of mindset and put them in a kind of bondage, you know. But there are people that will go through that same situation and they'll say, like, God, is this kind of situation? No, I need to help others out of it, or I need to do this. Their pain will bet up, you know. There was also a lady, I don't know, I've forgotten her name now. Her name is like Olu something on Instagram. You know, she actually shared her story. You know, I'm going to put a link on the description if by the end of this video I don't remember her name exactly. So I'm going to put her Instagram Instagram ID on IG on the video, guys, or that description on the screen as you are watching. So she actually was raped when she was very young. She said armed robber came to the house, you know, and she was raped, and she said it affected her, you know. To cut the whole story short, at the end of the day, when that thing, she said it got to a point she was even angry at God, you know. Her parents were there, her father, they could not help her while she was being, you know, while she had RAPE with the armed robbers and all that, you know. But with that experience, she became a sexual therapist, you know. She started teaching people about how to have this sex freedom, you know, that there are people, there are marriages, relationships who are suffering because of sex. You know, she talked about how people like what happened to her, not that sex is not good, you know, but it was how they used it. You know, that was how it was bad, the way they used it on her. But it was actually a good thing. And why was she talking like that? She actually talked about how other people spoke to her. She had a therapist, you know, many years after that thing happened to her in the UK. You know, I'm just trying to break the story. You know, someone else who has gone through something like that met with her. She said she actually went to a church conference and the church got a therapy for her, and that was where her healing process actually came from. You know, somebody else had to help her, and now she herself is now the one helping others. She's making sexual intercourse, you know, healthy for both relationship, marriages. You know, she's not healing people with her circumstances. Something that was supposed to be a stigma, something that other people go through and they commit suicide, something that other people go through and they even, as Nigeria we say, in the process, you know, this other person, through her pain, she's helping people. I too am following her, guys. I'm learning her skills and everything she's teaching. So guys, in that your pain, there's so many people you can heal. So you have to go through it so that you can be able to talk boldly and you overcome yours to help other people. So guys, that brings me to the end of the video, and I hope you guys got the gist. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, like as much as I'm enjoying it, sharing this with you guys. You know, in this episode I've gone through a lot of series of things in my life, and that's what this channel is all about, sharing it with you guys in the midst of my pain. You know, sharing that with you, you know, bringing freedom to other people. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed, you're part of the family. Click the red subscribe button. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.